So much easier to do nothing than it is to do something.
It is so absolutely free to keep your thoughts to yourself.
Yeah, free, literally less effort. My thing is always when I'm on, like, if I either make, like, and mostly it's like Destiel related content, but if it's like Destiel, like a TikTok, or I'm watching one, and someone in the comments is like, Fadine's straight. I'm like, where am I? Get me out of here.
Like, did we watch the same show?
Oh, you're new, are you?
I have a very small following, and so the TikTok algorithm really does do its job for the most part, and I very rarely get Wincest shippers or Dina straight people on my page, and you know, that's how I like to keep it. It does happen every once in a while, but it's so exceedingly rare that it's a rarity, and I'm happy to keep it that way.
So true. So true, KJ.
I have like a transphobe or something be in my comment section, and I'm like, how did you even get here? Or people who like don't read fanfic, they'll comment and be like, I don't know what's going on, but I support you. And I'm like, how did you get first place in? Like, literally all I talk on occasion, something else, but like all I talk about. How do you not know? Thank you for your support, but like, sure, you so confused because layers to this. There's a culture that you gotta be in to kind of like understand it. You know, what is it, immersive learning?
But thank you for the support anyway.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
All I can think of is like one of those like sensory tables, you know, but it's like, here's how you use like AO3, here's how you be like in fandom, but it's just like a sandbox filled of weird things.
I feel like we circle back because I feel like I already said this, but like people really struggle with the navigation of fanfic sometimes, and I don't know, there's people willing to help you. Berk is one of those people. I'm sure if you go looking through her page, you'll find a video instructing you on how to use the tagging system and how to decipher what some of the more weird tags actually mean.
I had to do that too because I think I'm sick of people saying like AO3 is ugly. It's a text-based site. What do you want it to look like? Okay,
Instagram.
It's not supposed to look like TikTok. Okay, it's not supposed to look like the Zara website for when you're shopping.
It's in my opinion, it's great as site. Is. Never change.
Do people look at JSTOR when they're researching papers for college? Like, this is really ugly. This is not aesthetically pleasing. It's text. But I made a video like that, and then a bunch of people are like, I don't know how to use AO3. I have to Google fics. I was like somewhere, I think I was like on vacation somewhere. I'm literally just recording my laptop, and I'm going to physically show you how I get from like the homepage to a story I want to read. And then the person was like, oh, this makes sense.
There's a search bar in the top. You just search it.
Well, I was also explaining like tagging. I was like, if I want to find a fluffy Destiel one shot that's complete, how do I find that? You know, and I like walked them through literally everything. But yeah,
I will say, for one, AO3 incredibly intuitive, a great user interface in my opinion. For two, when I first got on, I obviously don't use AO3 as a Lord intended for it to be used. By that, I mean like I don't use bookmarks. I don't know how. I mean, like I know how. I just never did it. And so people will like, I'll take a screenshot of my AO3, and for one, people are like, "You're so brave for sharing that." I have to hide. I'm scared of nothing. But they'll be like, "You only had 22 bookmarks?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's because everything stays in my history, or I have 286 open tabs on my phone, and because like if I don't see it, I don't remember it exists. So that's how I keep track of what fic I'm reading. It's just an open tab on my phone."
Which, fun fact, is a symptom of ADHD. We have trouble with object permanence.
Everything is a symptom.
But I'll regularly like go through my bookmarks and be like, I don't remember this story. It doesn't spark joy. Delete. And then, you know, like I keep culling the bookmark list for no reason. It's not like
I am much more adventurous with my reading than I am with my writing. So like when it comes to like fanfic I've written, I make a TikTok video like, hey, I just posted this fic, or like I do like TikTok lives, and I'm like, I'm working on this fic, and I'll like tell the people who are on the live what I'm working on, and that's all good. But like when I'm reading, you know, I'm not afraid to go down a rabbit hole and go to a weird place. So I just always log myself out, so it just doesn't even reach the history. If I need to find it again, is it a little bit difficult sometimes? Yeah, but usually I can find enough. I can remember enough to find my way back there. The system's very good at helping you find things again. There's 100,000 Destiel fics, and you know what? Eventually you'll find them what you're looking for.
I'm literally just remembering the fics that I do have bookmarked, and I'm like, well.
Too bad.
I genuinely don't know. I wouldn't say anything's broken in my brain, but like I don't know what it is about me that's like, I don't care if people know what I'm reading, especially if it's like unhinged or questionable. Because, like, what are they going to do? What are they going to say? They're going to be like, this should have stayed in the draft. If you read it, you know you're just shrouded by shame or tact or whatever, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, that's a good point.
That's your thing. You don't have any shame in a good way.
That's a good point. Anyone can come and listen to this podcast where there's got to be at least like a good 10 to 15 minutes collectively of me talking about Sam or Dean wearing a t-shirt and their bicep is showing and look at that arm.
And we respect you.
Collectively over the course of 2 seasons, it's got to be at least a good 10-15 minutes. That exists for anybody on the internet, including my parents and my mom and...
Like, lots of people have those thoughts. You're just making them outside of your head.
Recording them for all time. And you know what? That's fine. And like, that's not even that weird. Lots of people do think that. I mean, you know, Supernatural was on the CW. It's not like it was like on HBO. Like, an arm is all we were getting ever.
That's true.
An arm. Yeah.
I don't know. I talk about slick on the internet. So, like, obviously there's a level of shame that I just don't have. And I don't know. Cringe is dead. I killed it, but also I embrace it. You can...
I love that too. I think since I started doing TikTok specifically, like engaging in fandom on TikTok, where it's like my face, I don't know, I feel way less weird about, like, there's I know like 12 other people who are all talking about fanfic and fandom and Supernatural specifically. Like, that's the whole reason I came on TikTok, was like, I really want to make a Supernatural podcast and I need to meet other people who like Supernatural, so I joined TikTok.
Yeah, and I feel like Supernatural is such a huge presence, like, within fandom on AO3. There's just like weird stuff, and I think we just all know that there's a lot of weird stuff. You know, I'm just like scrolling through my bookmarks and I'm like, yeah, that's some weird stuff, you know, but there's a big market for it.
We are cringe, but we are free.
Yes, that's exactly. Also, I will say somehow it's like I gained a lot of confidence actually in talking about like the things that I talk about. And that's not even just like confidence on the internet, it's confidence in my personal life too, which has been really, you know, often beneficial for me. But I just think it's really interesting that it's like this thing that is traditionally seen as so shameful has obviously like molded me into the person that I am today, but it like keeps on making me a better like version of myself, which I think is super neat. And it's only cringy if you let it be. There are weirder things out there.
Might as well just own it.
I do have a question. You get asked regularly questions about the Omegaverse, and for a lot, you had a series of videos where you were explaining these things in public around friends and family at weddings. Is there anywhere where you're just like, I can't make this video here?
No, not really. Well, it's because it's okay for one. So if like I'm talking about it in like a fandom fanfiction context, there has to be like a layer of understanding to actually like if you overhear me talking about it, you have to already have some sort of knowledge. And if you already have that base knowledge, you can pretend to judge me or have your interest piqued. But like, so what? You know, it's funny if I'm talking about this at a crowded bar. And so like if you don't have that baseline fandom knowledge and you overhear me talking about it, you're not gonna know what I'm talking about. I'll be more than happy to tell you, and I probably, you know, after another drink will tell you. But like, you know, just and like, what's the worst that'll happen? Somebody's gonna think that I'm weird. That was my entire childhood. Maybe I am a little weird. It's fun though. People love me for it.
I've been having recently is like I always felt like I was weird and like but like I didn't know that was cool or like that was okay, and like now I'm just like I'm still weird, but like I've just like decided that it's cool now.
Same. I forget that weird is like considered to be a negative thing, and I call myself weird all the time, and sometimes people will be just like, oh no, you're fine, you're not weird. No, I was giving myself a compliment.
A lot of what people read as weird are just neurodivergent traits. So
does explain a lot.
Yeah, we are strong. We had undiagnosed ADHD as children.
But yeah, and that's another part of it too, is that like there will be people like in our fandom circle who are obviously, you know, society writ large will be like, oh, well, that's weird. But then these people in that fandom circle were like looked at a kid that like wears cat ears to school. The cat ear kids are the backbone of society. They are not weird. Or like the kids that would Naruto run in the halls, backbone of society. Where would we be without them? Nowhere. And so like, yeah, maybe weird. Let people enjoy things. It's harmless.
We just need weird. Like, we need weird to function. The weird people are the people who have the ideas and the revelations and they appreciate the art and the beauty in life, and we need that.
Those kids meow in the hallway.
We need someone to write college AU fics where Dean's a poet with original poetry.
I'm gonna vibrate. Oh my god.
Like, we just need that. Like, that. If we didn't have those people, then what would I read? What would I do with my night tonight?
What would keep me up at night if not in this Your Living Kiss, you know?
Yeah.
And honestly, I hate to give this man credit, but Eric Kripke, right? Probably a weird man.
Probably,
wasn't
yeah.
he?
I mean, definitely confirmed to be a weird guy. right.
I mean, that's how a lot of creative types tend to be, right? You know, that's the whole thing. Anytime we start to see different genre shifts or trends that kind of will come, right? Someone has to be the first one to be like, actually, what if we put a little spin on this? Even though no one else has done something like this exactly before, I'm going to try it. I'm going to put myself out there and do this thing. And then sometimes that just revolutionizes, you know, pieces of media.
So I actually read this webcomic called Lackadaisy, and it's like cat people in the 20s that bootleg, they smuggle alcohol, there's like violence, and it's definitely like not for really small children, even though it's got this really fun cartoony art style. And one day I was just thinking, like, who is the intended audience for this? And then I realized it's me. I'm reading it. I'm the audience.
I love that.
Yeah, there's
so
a
much.
lot of that. I mean, yeah, no, that's so true. Even like,
if you write it, there will be one person out there who will read it someday, and maybe that person is you, the person writing it. But probably there is someone else out there who wants to read the thing you wrote and gets immense joy from it. And yeah, I can't think of anything better than that, really.
And then they say, I didn't know I needed this.
Yeah, they're out there. I'm always surprised, but they're like around.
I was going to say something that is really interesting to see is that like the things that are popular in fan fiction, like the tropes and just the AUs and just like the things, right? You can see what gets really popular in fanfic, and you can slowly see it get filtered down to traditionally published media because it's so popular in fanfic. And so like just like seeing how the trend cycles in fanfic affect the trend cycles in traditionally published media. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, we've even seen that with Omegaverse, right? We actually have seen some traditionally published works that are Omegaverse, and we've even seen some traditionally published authors try to argue that they invented it. It's like, but you didn't.
Telling me you wrote J2 RPS 2010? Is that what you're saying? You invented this?
You know, what a special place, really, the supernatural fandom. Like, so we probably wouldn't have AO3 without the supernatural fandom.
Actually, you wouldn't.
Yeah, yep.
That's incredible to me.
Thinking about why it started as an archive?
Yeah. Certain people got tired of their fics getting purged on LiveJournal, and they were like, we're gonna fucking solve this once and for all. So, yeah.
This has been great. I love all of this.
Do you want to end it with like a fic rec or something? I don't know if we're all reading something or have recently read something interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if I have one, but I would love that.
I don't have one. I think it's just you two.
If you two have a fic rec for the listeners, I would really love that.
Can you even recommend your own if you are so bold to do so?
No, I would never recommend a fic that long. Who would read a fic that long? Ignoring other people who have. I love you.
Obviously someone.
I will recommend Jenn's fic.
It's going to be me soon, just so you know, because I've been eyeballing it. I just opened up my history to like make sure that I got like the name correct, and the first thing that popped up was Joe Biden comes out to you as Demise Girl, and it's America Fandom, Dream SP, Sonic the Hedgehog, Breaking Bad, Ancient Greek Religion and Lore Twilight series, and the Mandela catalog web series. So
is that all in one fic?
Yeah, 22 chapters, 8,000 words. It's
You need way more words for all those tags.
Here we go. Graphic depictions of violence, not rated. YN/Joe Biden, Randu, and Sapnap, Alice Cullen, Bella Swan. Those are the pairings, right? And then you got Joe Biden, YN, Clay Dream, Tommy Idnett, Daryl, all these people from things that I don't know about. Sonic the Hedgehog, Dr. Eggman, Walter White, Kronos, Alice Cullen, Bella Swan.
I recognize like a third of the words that you just said, and that's okay. I'm glad that there are other fandoms out there that I don't know about.
That is many fandoms.
Tags: heartbreak, heartwarming, crime, Walmart, riots, gays doing crime, pup gender, sad, inspiring, funny, gore.
There's a lot to take in.
My next fic I write, I'm gonna work in a way to be able to tag at Walmart. That seems like a great goal. That's actually attainable.
Also, this is not a rec. It was the first thing that popped up. I haven't read it quite yet, but I will soon.
I'm very proud of this person. I don't know if I'll ever read their work, but I'm very proud of it.
It's ambitious to cross over that many things.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god. Let's see. What do I have in here? Actually, I was talking about Good Omens fanfiction. I made like a TikTok. I'm like, here are my recs. Here are some of them. So there were like those, but we're mostly a supernatural focused podcast. And I'm like,
yeah, if you have a really good one that's not supernatural related, I mean, go for it. But if you have a supernatural related one,
I mean, okay, well, you know how we all have faves, right? And we're like, baby girl, go to therapy, right?
And then they never do.
They're actually an absolutely fucking hilarious one shot of Dean Winchester goes to a therapist, but the therapist is Hannibal Lecter from the NBC series. I believe it's Tell Me Dean, you know, like Tell Me, Dean. I swear it's that. It's like by an anonymous user now. I don't know why they would ever remove their label from that, because I remember it being really fucking funny, and he has like this coming out moment because of Hannibal Lecter. But
amazing.
See, this is why we need fan fiction.
Exactly. I immediately